Some of the smartest people in the world don't fail because of bad luck. They don't fail because they lack talent. They don't fail because they didn't try hard enough. They fail because of something far more dangerous, something happening quietly inside their own mind. And the scariest part, most of them never realize they are destroying their own lives until it's already too late. From the outside, intelligent people look protected. They understand things quickly. They notice patterns others miss. They think several steps ahead. They analyze deeply before acting. So everyone assumes they'll eventually succeed, that it's only a matter of time. But psychology tells a very different story. Intelligence does not automatically create a better life. In many cases, it quietly creates the conditions for self-destruction. Not suddenly, not dramatically, but slowly, almost invisibly. Smart people grow up being rewarded for their mind. They're praised for thinking, for understanding, for being different. Over time, intelligence stops being a skill. It becomes an identity. And when intelligence becomes your identity, something dangerous happens. Mistakes stop being lessons. They become threats. Failure stops being feedback. It feels like proof that you're not who you thought you were. This creates pressure, a quiet pressure that never really leaves. Because now every decision carries weight. Every choice feels like a test, and every mistake feels personal. So smart people start protecting their intelligence instead of using it. They hesitate, they analyze, they wait, and without realizing it, they begin to shrink their own lives. Intelligent people rarely act without thinking. They analyze everything. Every decision becomes a mental calculation. Every choice turns into a debate inside their head. What if this fails? What if there's a better option? What if I make the wrong move and ruin everything? While others move forward imperfectly, intelligent people wait. They wait until they feel certain. They wait until all risks are understood. They wait until the decision feels safe. But life does not reward perfect thinking. Life rewards movement. And the longer smart people wait, the harder movement becomes. Overthinking feels productive. It feels responsible. It feels intelligent. But overthinking is not preparation. It is avoidance disguised as intelligence. The mind keeps replaying possible futures, failures that haven't happened, judgments that haven't arrived, regrets that don't exist yet. And each imagined outcome makes action feel heavier, more dangerous, more permanent. Over time, the brain begins to associate action with pain. Not because action is painful, but because thinking about action has become exhausting. So, intelligent people stay stuck in planning mode. They read more, they learn more, they analyze more, but they do less. And without realizing it, they confuse thinking with progress. This is how intelligent people fall behind. Not because they are incapable, but because their mind never lets them begin. One delayed decision becomes another, then another, then another, until the gap between who they are and who they could have been feels too large to cross, and paralysis becomes a habit. Then there is perfectionism. One of the most destructive traits intelligent people develop. Smart people rarely fail publicly. They fail privately, by never starting at all. They convince themselves they are being careful, that they're waiting for the right moment, that they're refining the plan, but perfectionism is not about excellence. It is fear wearing a smart mask, fear of being average, fear of being judged, fear of discovering that intelligence alone is not enough. So, they delay. They polish ideas that never leave their mind. They prepare endlessly for moments that never arrive. And the longer they wait, the more pressure builds. Because now the standard is impossible. And failure feels catastrophic. There is another problem hiding underneath this. Intelligent people often tie their self-worth to their intelligence. Being smart becomes who they are. So failure doesn't just mean something went wrong. It feels like they are wrong. This makes risk feel dangerous. It makes growth feel threatening. And comfort starts to feel like protection. So, intelligent people choose safety. They stay where they are, even when they are unhappy, even when they feel unfulfilled, even when they know they are capable of more. Because trying and failing feels worse than never trying at all. And slowly, ambition turns into resignation. Highly intelligent people often feel different from others. Their thoughts move faster, their questions go deeper, their concerns don't always match the room they're in. Over time, this creates distance. From friends, from family, from support systems. They stop explaining themselves, they stop sharing unfinished ideas, they stop asking for help. Not because they don't need it, but because they believe no one will understand. Self-awareness becomes another weapon. Smart people see their flaws clearly, painfully clearly. They notice every weakness, every mistake, every missed opportunity. But instead of using awareness to grow, they turn it inward as punishment. The inner voice becomes harsh, relentless, unforgiving. Awareness without compassion turns into self-destruction. Here's the truth most people never hear. Intelligence does not protect you from ruining your own life. In fact, the same mind capable of building something extraordinary is also capable of tearing everything apart, if left unchecked. When intelligence is not balanced with emotional control, action, and self-compassion, it turns inward and begins to work against the person who possesses it. Smart people rarely self-destruct loudly. They don't crash dramatically, they slowly fade, they settle, they compromise. They tell themselves they still have time. Until one day they look back and realize something painful. They understood everything, except how to live. And that is why some of the smartest people in the world never reach their true potential.